Hello. This is a new channel for just stories that I want to talk about. And we are. I just don't find the time, so I'm gonna do this. Now, if you've been paying any attention, I've been away. And where have I been away in? I've been away in SKEGNESS. Now, if you don't know SKEGNESS, it's a holiday place in the UK which most people go to, at least once a year anyway. And we've gone here for how many days, and we come back and I have a new outlook on just people and how desperate they can be. So we go there, it's blessed, it's all this, right? And we're getting set up, we're getting all our stuff ready in our caravan. And later this day, we're like, we'll need something to eat. So we go, there's a shop nearby, we go in there, we see, we walk down the aisles, blah, blah, blah. And right at the end, there is a big display for just Prime. And when I say big, I mean big. There was however many bottles, and it was only 3 types: Ice Pop, KSI, and Tropical, whatever that one, the red one, isn't it? And I'm sitting here with my brother and my dad, and I'm seeing just Prime. And you know what? It wasn't being sold for 10 times retail price. It's £3, which is more. And I also see on where you pay stuff, right, and they got a plastic barrier, there's Prime information. Now, they must have been selling loads because they had information about what changes on different types of bottles. And now my dad sees this and he's just slagging it off, right? And he's saying, this is stupid, this is that. And I agree. Prime should not be sold for as much as it is. And I think that the hype is overhyped. It's very much overhyped. And so me and my dad are sitting here wondering, why the fuck have they got canisters of this? And they're not being imported from KSI or anything. No, they are importing these like from UK retailers. So my first thought is, how much for? Because they're selling them cheap. But this isn't the only time I've came across Prime in my day in SKEGNESS. No, we came across it which is probably the main reason anyone goes to SKEGNESS, the arcades. And we come into the arcade and we see, all of these games and stuff. Me and my brother, we like fun, so we go and we play on something, I can't remember, but we go and play on bowling, and I won, because of course I did. It was very good, in fairness to it. In fairness to the bowling and the staff, it was very good. It was a good arcade, because I've been to many an arcade in my time, and I can say it's good. But then I found something that I just sat there for a minute, just stared at and just laughed. Because if you go into an arcade, the majority of things you'll see is 2p machines, which for people who don't know, is just machines where you put 2p's in, and like a tipping point, you pushes it down and you win stuff. And sometimes you get the most random things. 2017 we went, those fidget spinners. And of course, I was much younger then. That was 6 years ago. So I was however old. And I loved it. I love 2p machines so much. Now, not so much, right? And so I laugh at them now. But I see these and I'm like, how Prime, everyone wants Prime. And they put the most shittiest things in there now. I look in there and you've got Prime. And there's loads of these. There's just loads of 2p machines with Prime in. And I'm also here with my dad again, and my brother. And we're just sitting here laughing towards each other, like, why do people pay for this? Why is it something that people decide, yeah, I'm going to spend this much to get something that's £2? Because at the end of the day, you're spending more money for something that costs way less. So, you know, we walk around, you know, we see just loads of these. And if you've ever been to an arcade in SKEGNESS, or even Ingomel's close by, you will see loads, and I mean loads of 2p machines, and there was about 20 of them. Each one of them had a bottle of Prime, which doesn't make sense because they can't fall through the hole. They can't fall through the hole to get down. So even if you were to win this, you'd have to go, yep, you have to call them on the staff and go, yeah, can you get it out for me? Which is silly, because you've already spent £20, and then you've got to wait however long for the people to get there to come and unlock it, open it, just for something that costs £2. And yes, I understand that it's rare and cool, but you shouldn't be spending however many just to get it. Now, we're going to go back to the first story with the spa, with the priming. Now, we were in a pub at the time. I wasn't drinking alcohol, my dad was. And there was kids in here because it was however long, it was 9 o'clock. And the spa was across the road. And we were just seeing these kids coming back in and out, with just Prime in their hands. And was confused, so we go to the spa and we end up figuring that's where they were getting it from. Afterwards. But while we're there, we're sitting there, and this kid, this boy, he looks about 10 years old, 11. He's running around with Prime in his hands, flexing it. Now, he walks past our table with two Primes in both of his hands, and he just pushes it in front of us like it's cool. And I sit here and I'm like, fair play to KSI, because he's made something that costs £2 seem like he's got a Balenciaga. Fuck me. So, and it wasn't just one kid, there was like teenagers doing it. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I'm just disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. But the game's the game at the end of the day. And well, you can't do anything about it, but you can only sit there and laugh like me and my dad did. So that was a Prime holiday. I know, I'm hilarious, me.